Hello! So we're back, or at least I'm back. So today, something a little bit different. I worked a little bit on making a program, this time not in Python, but in C#. So this is going to be more of like just a Windows executable for just a trading program, or yeah, so something more with just a GUI using Windows WPF. So I've made something very basic already, but I thought, you know what, I'll do some streams just working on this as well. So if I just start this, I'll show you what it looks like now actually. So I currently have it set up so that where it loads the console window as well, just for some debugging stuff. But this is really just the normal window. So really what this shows is just cards and how many you own. So this also tracks common card or just plain cards, as well as meteorite, shadow, gold, and diamond qualities. Yeah, so I'll quickly just show how this is set up. So there's a manage wallet function. You can set your Apollo ID, so this is how it knows which cards you have, and you can link wallets to it so that you can actually trade the cards. But that's not actually set up yet. Like right now, there really isn't any like real functionality to it yet. So that's really what I'm going to be working on. So what you can do, of course, is you can add a wallet. You can generate like random keys, and it will give you the address for it. So if we like make a key or generate a wallet and enter a password for it, we can save that. Right now it just says saved, and now the wallet is saved, and it should actually create a file. Let's see, it should be somewhere in here. 64. Yeah, so it generates this wallet file. Now this is actually secured, so you can't just take this file and recover the private key from it, as long as you don't have the password at least. So if you open this, it contains this variable called locked key and a value which looks like a base 64 encoded string, which it is. But of course, if you decode this, you don't actually get the private key if you check the source code for the program itself. So if we go to wallet, I think it's in here. Yeah, so the variable that you're seeing is this locked key variable. Hang on. God damn it, I'm lost. Let's see, where is it? Here. Yeah, so this locked key variable is the one that gets stored into a file. This key variable here, which is not stored, is the actual private key. So locked key is an AES 64-bit encrypted version of the private key. And the password derivation function is pbkdf2. So this is actually like very safe. As long as you pick a long password, it might, well, I mean, this is impossible to crack. It's exactly the same thing actually as what we used for the Python program as well. So that should be perfectly safe. Of course, I mean, it doesn't encrypt in memory, but I feel that's kind of like useless to do, because the scenario that you're trying to protect yourself against when you're doing that is a scenario where someone has malware installed on your PC that's like dumping your RAM. And I mean, if that's the case, you're lost. I mean, no security measure is going to save you at that point anyway, so there's no real reason to implement anything like that. But yeah, so if someone just gets a hand on this file or on your system and doesn't have your password, I mean, this is totally safe. I mean, there's no way to make this safer than I have, I think. So what should we be implementing first? So right now there is functionality. Let's actually make a text document to just write down some things to work on. So yeah, so first thing probably that I could work on is this search. So there is a search. You can like search for stuff like Demogorgons, and it like searches for the cards as you type. But there's no real way to filter yet for like sets or card types or anything like that. So probably a good idea to make filter options in for search. So that's one thing to work on. Now, other than that, of course, right now you can't actually click on these tiles. I mean, they light up if you hover over them, but nothing happens when you click on them. So once you click on one of these, there should be a window that allows you to actually buy or sell these cards. So GUI for cards. That should also be something that we're working on. Let's see. So what should we do next? Well, the actual buying and selling, of course, should be implemented as well. That's pretty important. And now, because this is actually like a program instead of what people usually do is where they trade on like a website, this has support for some more, well, advanced trading options. So you can like set it to buy cards at a certain price or sell at a certain price. Like things like that are very easy to implement here. Of course, it only works while the program itself is running, but I mean, that's not really something that you can easily offer in like on like a web page, or it doesn't really make sense because this can actually sign transactions it's by itself, and a web page obviously doesn't really do that. So yeah, so that's a big difference. So that's something we can implement as well, but it's probably going to happen a little bit later. Yeah, so let's see some different things we can do here. Well, I mean, there should be a better way to like import wallets and stuff like that. So one thing that I would like to first set up is to have it actually read like the Apollo ID from the actual game. So instead of you having to type it in manually, because, well, people might not really know how to do this. So you could like type in Apollo ID from game. Something you should also be able to do actually is like look up wallet. But something I actually wanted to implement is that you can actually like look up wallet addresses for other users so that you can transfer stuff to them. Like the way it works now, let's say I have a friend that I want to transfer like a card to him or her. It's not really easy because I have to like ask them for their wallet address, and it's like a long number that you're not going to remember, so we'll have to send it to each other somehow. It would be much easier if I can just like use either the username or something, or get from like my match history, get an address from another user and send a card directly to them by getting their wallet address from that. And that's actually possible because, I mean, of course, wallet addresses are actually totally public. So it's very easy to get the wallet address that's linked to a specific GU account. So that's something that I could actually implement as well. So transfer by G2 cards to GU account rather than address. I mean, of course, underneath it's still going to be transferring to a different address, but it's just a little bit easier to do it that way than the current way. Yeah, so I think that's a little bit easier as well. One thing to note maybe, this actually stores every card that could possibly be traded regardless of whether or not it's actually available in the market. So you'll also see like the mythic cards on here as well, even though obviously they're not available on the market, and also there's not different like qualities of these either. So, but they do show up. So that's just one thing to note. Okay, let's see. First things first. Well, I think the easiest one to start with probably is just the first one, just the filter options in search. So I'll start with that actually. Let's close this down. So we can actually take a look at the main window and what this looks like at the moment. Once it loads. Okay, yeah, so let's see. We could probably lower this a little bit. How high did I actually make the ping start. So it's 77. Yeah, let's lower this by like 20 pixels maybe. Hang on, this isn't the best way to do this. Let's see. Oh. Where is it updating this? Okay, so the scroll bar starts at 77. So we'll put this at like 50. 50 probably works. I think actually we should have maybe another pane here, which maybe like resizes or something like that. So, well, no, actually, let's first try and set it up so that we have like some drop-down boxes in the top row. Let's see. Oh. Not super experienced with C# yet. This is like the first time I've actually made like a program in C#. So yeah, this is like a learning experience for me as well. But of course, I mean, that's why I'm doing this in the first place. Just to see if I can learn some more, like pick up some programming skills. So it's useful for that in any case. Let's see. Now I could use labels for this. That's probably the best because it's not going to be updating at all. Earlier I had a problem because I was using a lot of labels on card tiles, and it was slowing things down a lot because apparently the what's it called, text boxes or something, they're a lot faster. Yeah, the text block, I think it was. Like they do almost the same thing, but they're just more efficient somehow. But let's see. Now I think the way I'm going to do this, let's see, because I'm wondering if it's easiest to just So what I want to happen is that if I resize this window, that it will... No, actually, no, this is very doable. It'll just like squish the fields. I think that's the easiest way. So we just need a drop down, or what are they called? List box. I use them in the settings window. Let me check what I used there. Like, what is this? A combo box. Ah, yeah, that's what it's called. Oh, well, not there. Well, I don't want them in the menu bar. Well, whatever. I'll just move it over manually. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Well, I don't see it at all. Guessing, is it below? Just make it really wide. See if we can actually see something here. Oh, okay, so now it does show up. Looks like there's something like on top of it. Here, maybe? Let's make it really long. Just figuring stuff out, okay? Okay, so it does show fully now. Okay, so the offset of 10 is fine. So the first one. So the Y offset. I think like the menu bar is like 20 or something. So 30 should be fine, I think. So these are like width and height, I think. Let's see. Why is this so massive? Shouldn't it just be like 30 or something? No. Oh, it's the, yeah. That's the offset from like the bottom of the page. It's like set as to like 0. Can't I just manually set like width and height? I should be setting height, not width. We'll set this to 50 for now. Why is it being placed in like the middle? See if we can copy paste some stuff here. So let's left align this. Vertical align top. That looks better. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can make a set filter. Probably a nice one to start with. CP set. Let's call it that. Now, of course, once I've actually finished this and added more boxes, the way I would like to change it is if you like resize the window, these should also resize with it. set. What's it called again? Items.add, okay. Yeah, so it's in items. I don't think it actually selects it by default, but yeah. Okay, so now I should have it select that by default. Great. Okay. Now, of course, like I said, it doesn't actually resize at the moment. And the card windows do, of course, and they add new ones. Or, well, they don't resize, they just add new ones as the size changes, which I think is pretty nice. Let's see. Okay, so we need a way to get all these sets that are currently out, and this should be done in a way that automatically updates. So we can actually use the inventory.cs file here. So this actually loads cards from, well, from the internet and updates it automatically. So it gets the, like here, if you take this link, travel to this link, you'll get like a list of every card that's currently available, complete with like the set, whether or not the card's live, stuff like that. So now what we should just do is get a list of all sets. Let's do a public static. This is, yes, static. Sets. Let's see, what should this do? Well, first we'll get all the cards. We'll make this an async. Oh. Method. And this returns a dictionary. Integer, I think. Or I need to check this better. Int card data. Yeah. Other way around, of course. There we go. Oh, I keep forgetting. Of course, this should just be a for each. Set. And we should have a list of sets. And we'll return this at the end. Set dot contains. Okay, hang on. Oh. Was it really just with the capital? Okay. And of course this should be inverted. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay. Now, we probably don't want to keep running this over and over. Why is this? Oh. Of course, it should be a task. There we go. Like I said, we probably shouldn't be running this over and over again, so we should probably just do it once, and then once it's set up, so we'll do false. Okay. We can delete this. Actually, this shouldn't be a list. It should be like a hash set. How do those work in C#? Is our hash set? Yeah. Because the same entry cannot be entered multiple times into the set, so we don't care about ordering or anything, so it should be a hash set, not a list. There we go. True, not false. True. Okay. So now should be able to go back. This is probably going to be a short stream, by the way. It's already like a little bit late over here, and I have to go to work tomorrow, so, or I have to go to work early tomorrow, so yeah. So for each set in story.getSets, of course. Yeah, so I should move this to an async method. Set up a search. And we can call this from the main window. Let's see where I messed up, because things never work on the first try. What I did. Hey. Actually works. Great. Okay, so now I should just update. Actually, I should probably capitalize the first letter. What's the easiest way to do this? Let's look that up real quick. Capitalize first letter. A. Oh yeah. I see. Back to inventory. Like chart up to upper. Okay, so that's read only. How do they do it here? Ah, they turn it into char array and then back. Okay. Yep. So that should work. Yeah. Now they're capitalized. I mean, of course, they don't actually do anything yet, so that's probably going to be the last thing I do. Just making. Well, we'll see if I can get this like to work very quickly. So let's see. I think the search function is in here. Yeah, so search cards async. And we'll put a bunch of like optional arguments behind this. Set that's to null by default. Let's see. Okay, so these. Oh yeah, this is for the ordering of cards, because we want cards that have the actual search text in the name to appear before cards that only have the search text in the body of the card. So that's why we have two separate searches here. But we should probably have a check before here that just continues to the next card. Should if set it's not null. And card dot set dot equals set is false. Continue. Oh. And we should do this like to lower. Or is there an equals ignore case? Hang on. That would be way easier. Nope, there isn't. Okay, so this should sort of work, but it obviously doesn't update yet. It only updates once we type something. And it doesn't work actually because this is definitely not a Genesis card. Hang on, what's happening here? Yeah, it's definitely not filtering. Oh, well, I mean, that makes perfect sense because I'm not actually entering anything in here. I'm fucking dumb. Holy shit. Okay, let's see, where do I use this? Find all references. I was just about to say, like, why does it work? Why does it not work? Dot text. Selected item. Okay. Now, of course, nothing will match the any set. Okay, but the search itself works. Now we just need to fix the any set thing. There we go. Yeah, so now it's searching for anything. But then do this. Now it's only Genesis cards. Great. Cool. How many mythic cards are there? Okay. Now, I don't have any of the mythic cards. What's this? Okay, so we should also change it so that it actually updates immediately upon selecting a set. Let's see. Should be like a selection changed or something. Yeah, selection changed. actually call the exact same thing that search bar text changed calls. I should probably move this to a different method that just says search changed. There we go. Can I turn this into an... yeah, so if I await this... Cannot await... okay, let's see... What the hell? Am I not literally using tasks earlier on here? Okay, so why did this not work earlier? Not sure. Alright, so let's see. Great. Yeah, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer for a card image to load. I don't think there's really a good way for me to fix this. I tried a few things, but from what I can tell, the reason it loads a lot faster on web browsers is because it does like a partial load of the image. And I don't think that's really something I can implement very easily here. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it doesn't really seem like it's anything that I can really help, unfortunately. Yeah, like this time it's like loading for a long time. Oh, it's a really small set actually. Anyway, yeah, so pretty short episode or short stream for now. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working on for the time being. So just to first implementing the search things. And yeah, I think we'll just go by this list, but it's like already past 10, so I'm probably going to just end the stream right here. So see you later.